it's a dragon Rumspringa in the sense that they're like not stuck in the Amish world of the Dreadlands where they had been stuck for because of it's actually not a very apt metaphor. Okay, so imagine a bunch of dragons who were not Amish dragons but got stuck in a place but are now allowed to leave. But actually, that's not the reason they're leaving. It's not to just, like, sow their wild oats. They're leaving in order to, because they used cleverness to welcome everyone to Here Be Dragons, a game of draconic adventure. My name's Philip, and I'm the Dragon Master, and ensconcing me in some but not all directions are several of our wonderful dragons. Roar hello, dragons.
Hello, dragons.
I went with a Rumspringa.
Yeah. I don't know why.
And what was interesting was it wasn't
right.
right. It's not right on any level.
No. Unless the idea was that we're returning home now from the Rumspringa. But
you went on a terror
Except that our
Springa?
home has been destroyed.
Yeah.
Is it like
right?
No,
Well, I mean, like that's the idea. We went out and
a...
found how terrible the world is. It's full of Dreadlands, and then we came back home.
No, it was like we went to a horror summer camp.
Yes.
Yeah.
We
finally
returning.
we went to Camp Crystal Lake.
Dragons have finally graduated from Camp Crystal Lake with a diploma in survival, in a diploma in final girling. Final girling is a horror movie term. It means how in a lot of classic 80s horror films and like slasher movies, there's also a final girl who survives.
It's also a very cool looking solo board game now called Final Girl with all these different villains and locations you can set yourself up with. It looks rad.
There we go. Well,
all the expansions are cassette tapes.
I'm glad that somehow they're cassette tapes or they're VHS tapes.
VHS tapes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was about to say they're cassette tapes. That's like this must be like really themed around like listening to cassettes by a lake before you get murdered. A solo board game, yes, Sophia. Solo board game. Thank you for saying the intro was coherent. By the way, I appreciate that. Yeah, solo board game where you just use solo cups, right? That's what that is. Or it's just based on the movie Solo, a Star Wars story. I'll stop at some point, but probably not quite yet.
I don't think so. You seem to be on a roll tonight.
God. Well then call me a light dinner because I'm on a roll. You just have a little bit of like meat on a roll. That's like a light dinner in Germany.
So like a sandwich kind of thing,
yeah,
right?
That's what I'm going with. This is Here Be Dragons. It's been 2 weeks since we've been here. In our last, in sort of a whole month ago, something very momentous happened. Our dragons finally escaped the Dreadlands. But last week, we kind of got down to business. And yeah, you guys, though, the Mist Warden of the Umbral Court, Konosubi, was not happy with you all.
What a mess. She's a lot.
Well, she's got some other stuff she's got to deal with.
Stupid elves.
I feel like it's like, are you
Stupid
mad at
elves.
us or are you mad at what's going on in your life?
Well, to be fair, they're sort of connected.
I like that
To be fair to her.
Shishu.
I think she overreacted, to be fair, but also we're sort of they're connected.
I like the idea of like Shishu like standing in front of like a glass window at like a sax that like she broke, and she's like, I think you're just upset about everything you're gonna have to do now. You're not really mad at me.
You're ouching more than you are pinched.
Exactly. You're ouching more than you were pinched. Wow.
That's excellent.
Our dragons, they have escaped. They made it back to the Umbral Court. They were given they're hungry, this kind of strange creature. They were sort of, though Konosubi was mad, the Soulmonger was a little bit more like, you guys are cool, but you definitely can't come back because this is politically complicated now. And I think Tongart recognized, like, oh yeah, they had plans and expansion stuff, and this has kind of thwarted some things potentially because the Dreadlands may be expanding and shifting, and it's uncertain. So the point is, we
gave the Dreadlands the Rhineland, is what happened.
There might have been, there might be 2 new Dreadlands called Alsace and Lorraine. It's a history joke for everybody out there.
Yeah, I got a
joke about.
I just bought a 3D product called Assets.
There you go.
Synchronicity.
You then for the first time in weeks in game and years out of game, our dragons went to the fairylands where there was actual beautiful sunlight, vibrant colors, joy, giggling pixies for whom Shishu spoke with them a lot. Vanda, you weren't here for this stuff, were you?
Oh,
You just
I was missing.
Yeah, so
I
basically
read the recap.
you read the recap.
Yes.
Okay, well, I'll still do it. I was like, oh, should I be doing more detail? But yes, you made it to the area. Archie showed up soon thereafter. Oh, and also, most importantly, you got Lagok back. So you had your gift for Archie. Lagok is back. Lagok, once you got out of there, was like, you guys did the right thing. You were not gonna she was like not gonna be able to get you out. So I'm glad you did that. But yeah, they're real mad. She was especially happy to hear how you sort of might have drawn some of the others into that place. That she's very, very happy with that plan. So some of those invaders have been thwarted. So you've dealt a good deal for Wyrmloth. At this point, Archie showed up. He vaguely remembered you all, but it's been a couple of weeks, and you really only saw him for like a couple days. So he's like, oh yeah, you guys, cool. Although he didn't specifically remember Elon, which is probably specifically just to make Elon mad. Not that he didn't do that, I did that. But he's worried, though, that he now really couldn't get Kog'Maw back because there's all these rumors that he's dating Kog'Maw's warlock, Desiree. That's rumors that you guys inadvertently started. But
also he was kind of had this like guilty look on his face when it was brought up.
Yeah, he's like, I don't think I am, but oh dear. At that point,
It's like when you're busted, like somebody thinks that you're dating the hot guy in school, and they're like, well, I'm not going to argue with that rumor.
Well, like it's a weird response, right? Like
I don't
if
talk
someone
about my
says,
personal life.
if someone says, hey, you're having an affair with this person, you go like, I don't think I am. That implies a level of just
Uncertainty?
getting around, you know what I mean? Like he's not.
I don't know, sometimes-
it implies a level like he's not particularly monogamous with Kog'Maw, as it were.
Right.
He's not with.
monogamous.
He's not.
Excellent wordplay, but strictly speaking, they're not even together now. She is an ex, and she is.
It's
so
complicated.
Yes, if they had Facebook, they would be worse people. But yes, so in any case, Archie was like, okay, well, but you guys kind of told Archie, and Archie was like, oh, great. And there was sort of some debate over well, you said you were going to do this thing for us, but also you guys have an Amulet of the Plains now, so you no longer need that very warlock to transport you to the elemental plane of air, to Immersturm, where this person you're supposed to fight, this Isora, the Tempest Mother, is. But you kind of you sort of you don't really need her anymore. And you were like, Archie, what else can I give you? But there was a certain degree of Archie's like, well, you guys are like, I'm your patron, so you kind of just, I sent you on a quest and you've accomplished it. You have these powers now, congratulations. It's kind of like, does Archie owe you more? But I mean, also Archie's kind of whatever.
Yeah, but Archie, see, since the last time we saw you, the role-playing system we're using changed, so the things that you granted us doesn't really affect us anymore.
I think some of you still have your things. Some of you have little bits of what you had.
I don't even remember. What did we have? What did we get?
We got invocations.
Well, the other thing we had, though, you got some Eldritch Invocations, and I think I largely attempted to grant those, but the other thing that you have is one more dragon in the
I'm fucking here. Let's do this. What are we waiting for?
We're still just
Ellen.
Let's go.
still attempting to get through the recap.
We have not started.
No, I don't have to be in character.
I mean, you can. We've
let's
sort of
go.
been going in and out, man.
You'd better be. Now.
Just being
Everyone has already slightly been.
That's the thing about the Buteros that a lot of people don't realize. They're completely method in everything they do.
Change your name then to be fully in character.
It's a fair point.
Yeah.
In any event, Archie, kind of spoke with the dragons and was like, I can't really give you any stuff. Also, Archie, unlike Wyrmlothian dragons or full-size dragons, Archie does have a hoard in a sense, but it is not a hoard of valuables. It's a hoard of fun. Archie just like the hoard is good times and good vibes. So the dragons were like, okay, so what else could we get instead? But this led to a conversation about the nature of Wyrmlothian dragons, something that had been hinted at when your friend Lord Buku Bazan communed with the goddess Wenha and learned certain information.
Right.
And you began to wonder, like, what did this, what caused this? Could a wish undo this? But then you're like, no, this was such a powerful wish. We would need a very powerful being to sort of do this. And at this point, Lagak, with you guys talking about something, Lagak was like, I'm very surprised. I sort of swore oaths to never speak of this, but now that you are, and now that the situation is so dire, perhaps it is time you learned of Iador, the Shadow Master of the Soul. And when those words were spoken by Lagak, you all felt a chill on your scales, and it reminded you of the feeling of when that shadowy dragon force came and took, or tried to take, like, was within the book that you had stolen from another horde.
Uh-oh.
And you all do have this sense of, oh yes, there is some underpinning thing. So, though, in terms of what you're going to do next, Archie now is in possession of the Hungry, and you could accompany Archie to the court of Kog'Maw to deliver said thing, or you could just let Archie go and do that and travel to Immersturm of your own power. You don't get the sense that Archie needs your help transporting the Hungry, so you can sort of do as you like. But Lagak is prepared to tell you sort of secret information. But it sounds kind of scary. It might be uncomfortable. So you could decline to hear about that if you didn't want to get into it. Lagak will tell you of it when you are ready. How's that?
Honestly,
Are
how
we
much
ready
scarier-
now, or?
Honestly, how much scarier could be than when we just were, right?
I feel like we've done a lot and we're ready.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Lagak, lay it on us, friend.
All right, well, and even Archie is like, ooh, into lore dump, I'm into it. So here, as we begin our play, Lagak will say, Tangat, I know that you are a sort of religious expert, and though your own faith is not that of the Flyway, are any of you practitioners of the Flyway? The Flyway being sort of the main religion in Wyrmloth.
I mean, I like to think of myself as, like, spiritual, but not, like, bound by any kind of organizations or thoughts in that way. I like to pick and choose, like, especially as we've been traveling, realms, I like to sort of get a little bit of that, get a little bit of this.
And Shishu shows this book that she has of all these, like, spiritual quotes that she shares with her followers.
She's my spiritual advisor, by the way.
Yeah.
Very
I'm
good.
a
So
Shishuman.
Tangat, if you're familiar with, kind of just Lagak just kind of like nods at all of that and goes, right. So Tangat, in your understanding of the Flyway, you may be familiar with certain deities or entities, one of which is called the Old One, the progenitor dragon, the sort of dragon who created Wyrmloth. Then there is also Avarice, which is a representation of that dragon's, unrelenting greed that sort of grips us all. And I don't know. And actually, Tongart, go ahead and do a... I want you to do an analyze, and you can gain your Religions of Wyrmloth bonus. So you get 6 dice on this, I think.
6 dice, yeah.
I mean, greed kind of feels like a little bit of a weighted, a little bit of judgment in there. So
Yes.
might want to recalibrate that.
I think XigXag stepfather might have been Orthodox flyway.
Was he an Orthodox Flyweigian? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. I have 2 pairs. I'm just deciding which one feels.
Of course.
I mean, I feel like I should go with coinage based off of the word you just said.
It is about greed. What is your other
Yeah.
option?
Weapon. So I have a pair of 8s and a pair of 2s.
I'd go coinage. I will say that with a second degree success, I mean, this is like common stuff, but and since you are, I'm sure that you are someone who is like studying religion to an extent. One thing you are familiar with that is weird about the flyway is that avarice is your reading of avarice was that this is not meant to be literal. This is meant to be figurative. Okay? That avarice is the innate greed of dragons, but was presented as a literal dragon, personified as a dragon.
I see.
And is in some Flyweigian traditions is the father of the old one. In some Flyweigian traditions is the son of the old one, and in some Flyweigian traditions is somehow both.
Trinity breed.
Somehow, yeah, kind of like some like weird kind of thing where like avarice both predated. So the idea is that avarice created the dragon, but then came out of the dragon. The point being, this is why all dragons who get to a certain age, it's because of avarice. Like avarice, like will be like as you get bigger, avarice will come for you and convince you.
Oh, so avarice is like the boogeyman?
Avarice is more like your inevitable. I mean. Avarice is like you see avarice in the mirror, sort of more like a Bloody Mary situation. But rather than killing you, avarice is like steal more, and you're like okay. So the point being that
little dragons looking in the mirror saying avarice.
Turn off the lights 3 times. So Legox says, I assume you can share that information with the group if you'd like.
Oh, of course. Yeah, of course I will.
So you're kind of hearing these sort of stuff, but with that, I do not know if the old one is an actually existent deity or really created Wyrmloth in the way that the sort of stories speak of it. But according to Professor Gerfois and some others, avarice was very, very real. Avarice was a dragon from another realm called Ayador. Ayador.
Mm-hmm.
Have we heard that at all yet?
Only last week when last session when Legox said it.
Okay.
And when Legox says Iodor, do we get the same chili?
I think you're probably
Lightning
still
crack.
feeling it, but it's like it's that sort of the vibe. You can just sort of tell, like, yeah, there's something weird to this, and Legox will say, you see, Iodor somehow was a very powerful dragon, but according to Professor Gerfois, was not from Wyrmloth.
Not from here, so why?
There. We're not there now, but yes.
Right, sorry, not from Wyrmloth.
Well, I mean, we're here in our hearts. Always.
That's true. I suppose you always carry Wyrmloth. You're in a Wyrmloth state of mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I just want to rewrite all the lyrics right now, but
Come back to the desert of Doe. Continue, yes.
So, avarice came to Wyrmloth, but to what end? To create a religion for itself, like that dragon pharaoh we just dealt with?
I'm not
Yeah,
certain.
we're like the-
Yeah, what was his goal?
I don't know that Iodor ever even came to Wyrmloth. Professor Gerfois is not certain of some of these things, but he shared one theory with me. That every dragon... And I know this is stuff you guys haven't heard in a long time, but remember there's this whole choice between gate and grace. Gate means when you get, you can either choose to take all your treasure and fly away somewhere else and do whatever you want, never bother Wyrmloth again. Grace means you enter an eternal sleep with your hoard. in peace. And if anybody disturbs your horde, it's like really bad. And that's what you guys did to Hecatoline, basically. Or I should say you guys, what Buku had witches do. The point is that Lagak says, Professor Gavwa has this theory about the nature of grace. Is that all of the hordes of all the dragons who've chosen grace over the centuries of Wyrmloth's existence are no longer truly in possession of their hordes.
What happened to them?
All of their wealth.
Oh, they're leasing it?
All of their wealth belongs to Iador.
Ah, the son of a bitch.
Everything that a grace dragon.
Oh my god, we just have a new quest. Go kill
We
Iador.
have to kill this
not-
guy.
No.
And
It's
take
not
don't
an
wanna-
effective redistribution of wealth. Right
No.
We
You
distributed
all
wealth
are
to
thinking
us.
too small. You are. We don't need to kill him. We need to learn from him.
Then kill him.
And then we don't even need to take. I mean, we just
Just
need to
remove his brain or something.
just
Could
get
I
in the
do, like-
middle. Just take it. Yeah.
I could really stand to do like a brand integration with Iador before we kill him.
Like a co-op, like a sort of like.
Right. And then we just like kind of force him out.
Yeah, a collab.
Yeah.
Like a horde collab.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I mean, you would be entering into a market where no
A
one knows who you are,
hostile
actively going to
takeover.
another
How about
plane.
that?
Yeah, exactly. See, that's what I'm saying. Tangar, I knew you had it in you, man. I knew.
Yeah,
I
I
knew it.
mean, I don't
I knew
know
I had-
how this,
I knew
this
you had
feels like. Yeah.
Yeah.
Feels
No, this
great,
is just.
Vanguard.
We need to just leverage the Buteros name. You know, get into
Yeah.
a partnership. Hostile
Yeah.
takeover.
Hey, so, Lagak, if all of those hordes belong to Iador now, how big is Iador? Is Iador one of these dragons we've been hearing about that ate a plane or two?
This is the possibility. Professor Gavwa was not certain if Iador was a dragon that is already known, one who has consumed planes, or if Iador perhaps is also benefiting from those who choose gate. Perhaps Iador
I mean, that's what I would do.
gains all of their power as well.
Yeah. Yeah, my guess too is Iador being not from there might not have to play by the same rules, you know,
Indeed.
right? Like
Iador is not a
Iador might not
dragon.
be growing, you know.
This is something that I'm going to put. You know what? I'm going to treat Lord Buku as an NPC tonight in certain moments. I don't want to put too many words in his mouth, but I think just based on his stupid number of intellect things. Tongard, if you had something to say, go ahead. I'm going to make a roll on his behalf.
Oh, I was gonna do was I walk over to Franklin. Franklin, the name Iador mean anything to you? Was that one of the ones that sort of consumed the abyss?
Franklin is just saying like angry stuff. Who?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I still
Elon,
don't
you have
understand
your
that.
headband on.
Oh, right, you have a headband of comprehend languages.
Yeah.
Always. No, I don't leave it off.
The
I sleep with that, you know. It also lets me know like what my resting heartbeat is.
And if you
How
had
ma-
deep sleep,
How many
Yeah.
how many flaps have you done today?
All of them. Yeah.
Nice.
No, I met my goal.
How many flaps?
Why do you think I've been circling? Why do you think I've been circling constantly? We had a good 2 weeks of flaps to get back on. You know I
That's
get
right,
my
we
flaps
were-
in.
That's right. We were trapped in that domain for only 2
Yeah,
weeks.
we were walking.
For only
using
2
feet,
weeks.
Just
are you
roll.
guys feeling a vibe of like we're gonna have to completely disrupt the dragon afterlife throughout the entire realm of the
Well,
universe?
I just think it's about less of a, I mean, sheesh, like, I would even go as far as say, like, not even disrupt, just recontextualize,
Dismantle?
you know, just like we need to merge, we need to merge, right?
We need to merge away from Iador, so reverse merger.
Well,
Yes.
what I suppose that then what what Lord Buku will add to this, just in terms of a sort of an understanding of stuff because of the, the number of dice could do and for the stuff. With a pretty intense degree of certainty, Lord Buku will say Iador was from Mondevu. Iador made a wish.
Montevu?
That's what Wenha
Oh, that's
was
where
talking
that's where
about.
Wenha was from.
Iador wasn't even from Wyrmloth. Wyrmloth existed, and Iador said, I want to curse all those dragons and curse all of them and take all their stuff. That's what Iador did.
Seems like he's a. I mean, I'm getting like a little bit short king energy. No offense, Buku, but
we should be able to like one up his wish.
yeah. Oh yeah, do a re-wish.
Yeah, re-wish.
Oh,
his wish.
I love a
We could bundle his wish, right? Bundle it up and then package it, resell it.
Can I pick the colors?
Yeah, of course.
So then,
can I pick the colors?
Great.
There's just a lot of fundamental questions here now, right? Like, if avarice exists in our in Flywegen beliefs as sort of the progenitor, or sometimes a progenitor, sometimes not. You know my point. As sort of where everything began. But that was created by Iador. Right, if that was a dragon that came here to steal all of our power or our wealth, what was our society like before that? Why don't we have any memory, any artifacts, anything that tells us what it was like before that?
We have artifacts.
Maybe we didn't exist.
Professor Gerfwad did in fact have a theory on this point. When the inevitable avarice occurred, all the larger, older dragons, the ones you've heard of from the past, they were afflicted by this incredible greed. They created, it was utter warfare. This is what, and this is something you all understand from like ancient history, is that there once were dragons who grew so big because of their hordes, and then they became so greedy. But basically what Professor Gerfwar is theorizing is that there might have been a long time of them not being greedy, but when they were greedy, it caused a total societal collapse. Because you had like hundreds of ancient dragons just fighting each other. And just, destroying each other and stealing each other's hordes. And that they eventually decided the only thing to do is that as dragons get older, they have to choose Gate or Grace. Which Professor Gerfwar believes might have all been done through Iador's machinations.
Oh. I see. So that would mean something like, if we were to as we were kind of talking about, where like all of our whole existence has been dictated by this wish. So if we were sort of to return it, that's like a complete societal overhaul, right? We'd have to sort of redefine all the rules and mores of our society.
If you could undo this curse, society could actually function largely as it does. We just wouldn't have to, get rid of the elderly the way we do.
I mean, I'm not opposed to getting rid of the elderly, to be honest. They're kind of a drain.
No. Well, yes, they are. By definition, that's what happens in our society. The elderly become so cantankerous and greedy that we either have to kick them out into the cold or make them go sleep in a bed and be real still. Those are the two options.
Good. That sounds really good, actually. I mean, I feel like that's not. We don't necessarily need to. Like, that's what I'm saying is we don't necessarily have to like overhaul this. We just need to be the new. We just need to reinsert ourselves. Right? We just need to take over those contracts, basically.
I think I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
You don't want to like completely overhaul. You just kind of want to tweak things.
I just
Yeah.
want to know how we can
You know
get
that you're
really,
going to become
really
old at
rich.
some point, right?
I am in favor of completely
I mean,
overhaul.
that's not a given.
I mean, time moves forward.
Sometimes.
All times. I'm sorry, Alana. I
just
don't usually
wanna
like to
know how
disagree
to-
with you outright, but I think on time I'm gonna have to be a little bit of a stickler here.
I got some magic books to show you, brother. So
I just really want to figure out how we can increase our horde and get really big and powerful, but not at all be filled with greed. You know what I mean? But like be the
Yeah.
most powerful and the most rich.
I mean, maybe a little bit of greed, but like, you know.
But like I don't want us to all.
I certainly support the idea, Shishu, that you want greed to rule your life. I think that is a good instinct to want.
Like
Right,
I really, 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 really want a big horde and a lot of followers, but I'm not greedy.
As you talk about,
you
as
sure
people,
about that?
as people talk about greed, you hear a massive, like uprooting of branches, as the hungry is pulling another bush out of the ground, like another bramble.
Oh God, we got
Just
this thing. Should we
consuming
just
it.
put this down? Should we just put this thing down? I mean, we're not gonna go.
Are we not going to give this to Kogma now?
Yeah.
We're done.
What? Why do we don't need Kogma,
Does anybody
right?
else? Archie, do you think anybody else would like this?
Why were we
hungry?
going to see
Wait,
Kogma
no,
again?
I'm gonna give this to Kogma. You guys, this is what
Yeah.
you brought me on your quest. It's what you. It's
we
why you
already
get-
gave this to Archie.
It's why you have all your powers.
Oh,
and
it's
stuff.
not
Yeah,
our
yeah.
problem. Okay, cool. No, that's fine. That's fine. I didn't
I
realize.
mean, you
it
can
was
come
our
with me
problem.
to see Kogma if you want to. Maybe she can do those
Wasn't-
transfigurative powers. Oh, there was some
Yeah,
talk of.
Kogma was going to give us something.
Well, maybe we could see
Oh,
if Kogma
yeah.
was interested in transforming you into yourselves, but just not Wyrmlothian dragons. Maybe that would get rid of this curse.
Oh,
Right.
I think also Buku would add, because I think this had been mentioned a while back, if not, it had been strongly hinted at, that actually, yeah, you guys even talked about this. A wish could probably remove the curse from like you,
Yeah, we need to.
not from every dragon from your realm, but like
Yeah.
you guys could go clear.
Yeah, but like,
but we need to
that's
supersize
pretty
the
much
wish.
all.
How can
It's
we
all-
supersize the wish?
But I mean, it's just us. I mean, it could just be us.
and I'm going to pick the colors.
Like it doesn't. Do we need like most? Let's face it. Most of the other dragons are already dead. So maybe
So we don't have to worry about them.
Well, also,
we
I
just
mean,
do what's. I'm just talking about like efficiency and like the minimum viable product here. Okay, like that's us. We don't need to. The market will figure out how to save everyone else. We just need to figure out. I can't even do this with a straight face.
Alan,
I just skeeve myself out so much.
yeah. This has been a rough night. This has been a rough night. I do enjoy that we've learned that Alan is okay with euthanizing the elderly.
Oh, 1,000%.
Yeah, I have no problem with that part. Oh god, yeah.
Well, Alan, here's sort of the thing. I understand where you're coming from, but I'm
Do you, though?
wondering if the power of the curse is attached to our home,
Mhm.
right? Even if we
Right.
get cured of the curse, what's to say that
Mhm.
when we go back, we don't
Get
fall
it
under a
again?
spell again, right?
Like a reinfection.
Yeah.
Mm.
And wouldn't you want to, if there was a way to like supercharge magic, wouldn't you want to know what that was anyway? Which is something that Kogma might be able to tell us. Even if she's not going to help us or can't do it, she might at least tell us who can or where we
Okay.
need to go.
Okay, I'm
So I
down.
guess we're going to see Kogma. I just don't want to talk about that
I'll-
cube. She's obsessed
Yeah,
with that
might
cube.
as well.
Although it occurs to me, hey, Lagak, do you want to tell us about that shadow thing that you were going to tell us about? We kind of started talking about Iadora, and then we just sort of like,
Iador is
I
the
know.
shadow of the soul.
oh, okay, they're the one and the same. Okay.
Iador is the shadow master of the soul, rather. So basically, Iador can send these draconic shadow shards, these invisible, unseeable shadows, after anything removed. from the hordes that he deems are his.
So, that thing that was after us had nothing to do with the book itself.
No.
It wasn't like it was just simply because if we had taken anything from that horde, that shadow would have come
if you
after
take a
us.
single coin. But the shadow that comes for you is not necessarily... You took something of great value, so a rather powerful shadow shard followed you.
Maybe we should put it back?
Oh, we don't have that
You've
anymore.
given it to the shadow elves.
The shadow elves have that now.
No.
That was the whole reason
well, then
we
that shadow should be after the shadow elves, not us. I mean, come on, get off me.
The point being is, the shadow shards are... you see, Iador was a master of shadow.
and apparently avarice and, I mean, just collecting tiles on top of titles. It's very multifaceted.
Avarice
individual.
I do not... Avarice is having understood elements of Iador's presence or some of Iador's instinct. The Flywhegians decided there was an entity called avarice. I don't know that avarice is... Not every word of Flywhegian doctrine is true. Please don't eat me. If any of you are... I know you're a furtive breath, so you won't, but...
No, yeah. I tend to find the people that sort of interpret the text literally usually make a lot of incorrect assumptions.
Yes. So the point being, Iador is the shadow master of the soul. Iador has placed shadows into the souls of all dragonkind, and according to Professor Gerfoir's theories, could retain some claim on those who choose grace. It is as if this shadow, whatever magic, creates the sort of eternal sleep of grace, is a shadow over the mind, and all that you possess becomes Iador's. Feeding his horde, enriching him.
We're just gold miners.
Yes. Effectively.
I don't like that. Well, one way or another, we gotta deal with that problem. If it means that we take his wealth and it becomes ours, fine. That seems like a perfectly viable solution, but it doesn't seem like the Iador should have that wealth. Certainly not at the expense of all the slumbering dragons in our home. Well, okay, so we got an Iador to deal with. We got a Bill Bluster's mum to deal with. We got a Kog'Maw to bring a endless, bottomless pit of hunger to deal with.
What? Kog'Maw? Oh, right. That's why you guys are here. Sorry, I heard her name and my heart went like pitter patter, pitter patter. At this point, the hungry is just like gnawing on the bottom of a boulder, like.
The thing about it is, like, I don't understand why it doesn't try to eat anything edible. There's so much edible stuff around here, but it keeps trying to eat rocks.
A pixie that's flying by says, "You just shut your mouth about that. Don't give any idea. Any ideas to get fucking asshole."
All right, I forgot what the pixies are like.
I forgot how Philip's pixies are always so mean. They're so mean. I love them so much.
Yeah. Oh, pixies. They're cool.
They're kind of like little wasps.
I really want to see you direct Peter Pan.
Whatever, Peter Pan. Wendy seems like a total skank. So much better. You can do so much better. Those cheap extensions, I think, of mine.
Wendy wears extensions.
That is the shade that Tinkerbell is throwing. And
Oh my gosh.
because Peter Pan has lost his shadow, there's a lot of shade to be thrown, I guess.
Oh.
Guys, these are Peter Pan jokes. Don't worry about it.
Oh.
I get it now.
So, yes, your options at this moment as far as what to go, where to do. Legok will actually throw out one more option. Although this is something Elon, it's interplanar, so there's always a mistake in this. Legok will say, I do think that you have many obligations, and it would be good to sort of, yes, fulfill some of them. It would be nice to finally give the hungry where it goes. That would be a check off the box for you. That would be very important for you to get. But I do wonder if we should return to the material world, to Wyrmloth, to sort of see the state of things.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. We just have this. It's just like it's the BB problem, right? That's the big problem we got.
So yes, the your active things are as follows. Here's on your quest log of the video game thing when you hit pause, or however it works. Deliver the hungry. You could click that box now if you want to, and Archie will just take it. Or you can go with Archie to do that, and there's 0 chance you'll get dragged into some other quest with Kog'Maw. It couldn't happen. 0% chance that in Kog'Maw's domain of delight, that there will be some kind of fascinating, cool thing where you guys will be like, oh my god, we have to do this. There's no chance that will happen.
Yeah.
Right.
There's no chance that Kog'Maw can give you like vengeance on Emniel or something. There's 0% chance of that.
Jesus Christ.
Option 2 is to say, all right, let's just go get this fight out of the way because there's a clock is ticking. You can go to Immersturm and battle the Tempest Mother who's there. I would say at this point, given you're all dragons again, that's going to be a tough fight, but I mean, you've done tough fights, you'll be fine. Option 3 would be now what Lagak has just proposed of going to Wyrmloth and checking it out. And then option 4 is the thing that I think Buku did say last time. It's not as it's kind of just like a real fact finding is just go to Mondevue and see what happens.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So here's what I will say. I do think we should go talk to Kog'Maw, and the reason I think that is because, look, I don't get me wrong, Archie. I think you are a delight.
Oh, well, thanks.
I don't know that you're the most.
Too.
Oh, thank you. I just don't think you're the most focused individual.
I resent that. What were you talking about though?
Never mind.
Okay.
I just, if we, friends,
bug.
I think that if we want to ask Kog'Maw any questions about anything, in exchange for giving her this hungry, I think we have to do that ourselves. I don't know that we'll get any information otherwise. So I feel like we should at least get something for our efforts of securing this thing and, dealing with real estate negotiations in the process, which are just the worst things in the world, I have discovered.
Okay.
So, that's what I think we should do, and then maybe we can check in on home before we're heading off to possible death in the air elemental plane.
And the good thing about the air elemental plane for you is you can all fly. That would help you.
That's fair. Currently, who knows what happens when we get there? Maybe we become rocks.
Well, that would be bad if that happens. But yes, that I suppose anything's possible.
Well, I guess we have bounded around through a lot of planes without incidents like that last one.
Why are you guys going after? Why are you guys going there? What's that about? Do I know this? Have I heard all this?
I think you were aware that we had a meeting with Bill Bluster right before we met you.
Oh, that's when I met you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, right.
That's when you vouched for our character because you were our patron.
Oh, right. Yeah. About that.
Editor's note: I believe that is when Buku and I claimed he was our patron without talking to him in front of Bill Bluster.
Right. That all seems... you just see Archie, like, the gears are turning. Right, because I'm your patron, because something here doesn't... But at this point, you guys, if you just keep talking...
So why don't we go to see Kog'Maw there, Archie?
Okay, oh my god. Okay, first up, we gotta find the rare Banaka flower.
We're about to do a shopping montage?
No.
Is that for bad breath?
Well, yes, I have to eat it. I have to. Well, it's weird. You take the flower and you go like this with it. You go, and it kind of spritzes in your mouth to make your breath
Yeah.
smell good. Because
Yeah,
I want.
that's weird.
Because if I can, I want to smooch Kogma. Sorry if that's gross to anyone. She doesn't have a mouth exactly, but we made it work.
I know.
Lord.
Okay, where would this flower be, Archie? Archibald, where would this flower be?
Oh, I don't know. I gotta find it. It's like a quest. Ask some pixies.
Look, other quest.
Just ask a pixie. They know.
Hey, pixie friend.
Never met you before, but okay. What?
We're looking for the Banaka flower.
Oh yeah, you could really use that. I can tell from your.
Oh yeah, that won't change. That's the sulfur. It's always gonna be like that. I got molten lava inside me.
That pixie just think.
Yeah, could you tell us where that flower is?
We know you know where it is.
Man, it's like over in that meadow. Won't be able to miss them. They're green. Sports bras are really expensive.
Even at your size?
Especially at my size. Craftsmanship is my attain.
I would imagine you have to get custom.
The pixies.
Shishu heads over towards the meadow,
Okay,
looking
yeah.
for green flowers.
You guys can go to the meadow in question. Anyone may make a look roll, or you could alternately do like a track roll if you would rather under intellect.
Oh, I think I'm gonna do a track.
Wait, where would look? Why am I missing look?
Oh, it's under vitality.
Definitely look for Shishu.
Paraweapon.
Para weapons. You see some green flowers.
I have triple trinkets.
With
Yeah, I
triple.
was gonna say pair of trinkets.
If those of you looking around, you see lots of green flowers, there's sometimes just plants, but XigXag, being sort of a natural, kind of like a nature person, immediately just starts flying and kind of like figures out the ones in question. XigXag will even say that you can scent a little bit of this like. It's weird. You can whatever it is you're
minty fresh.
Yeah, whatever it is you're smelling on these is a thing that you don't actually like, but you understand how it would seem to freshen. It's weird. And yes, you can certainly find some of these flowers. As you approach, however, XigXag, you have been smelling Fae like crazy out here. But as you sort of get nearer the patch of flowers, you can smell a Fae that seems pretty darn like nearby, and is potentially like fully like near the exact patch of flowers you're sort of going to.
A fae?
There is a Fae creature. You can tell its creature type is a Fae.
Well, I tell the others that
Mhm.
there's a fae thing here. Who are fae? Kind of forgot.
There are
Fairy
fairy creatures.
Fairies?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, have we had any run-ins with them?
Yes, many, because you're in the
It's like
fairylands. Yeah, you've had a lot. I mean, Archie is a Fae. All those various people.
I'll proceed with caution.
Okay. Yeah, if you guys sort of land nearby, and XigXag could tell you, no roll would be required if you guys kind of are convening there and looking. That sort of like just like beyond where those flowers are in this meadow, there is this sort of small, like hunchbacked woman. But you notice that like one of her arms is massively large. Like it looks like the arm of a giant. So like she's like from like certain angles she just seems real small, but then she'll sort of like turn. She's kind of pacing back and forth, and her arm is this like massive kind of like sinewy purple tinged thing And she's just kind of pacing back and forth, and seeming very very agitated.
Hello,
What?
Miss Faye.
Oh.
Miss Faithing.
Miss
I'm
Faithing.
XigXag. My name is XigXag.
Wow,
What's
dragons!
your...
How many dragons?
Yes.
Oh, well, 5 dragons. That is very
Yes,
small.
Yes. Yes, he's our patron.
Wow, 6 dragons. I was
Talking about, she's pointing at Buku.
Yeah, no, he's he's real small. I like you.
Have you come to gobble me up, any of you dragons? I'll tell you, it won't be a good meal for you. Some of me skin's too gristly and the rest too nothing.
Very nice, sir. Very nice. We came to pick some flowers.
You pick flowers, have you?
Yeah.
Well, I suppose.
All right.
That's one of the strangest things I've ever heard, dragons picking flowers. You don't seem much like a flower picking species, do you?
What are you and what
When we're
do you
breaking
do
boxes
here?
and we're disrupting, okay? We don't need. Okay,
Boxes. Where boxes? I've seen the
The-
boxes. Where are
We're
the
pushing
boxes?
envelopes. We're breaking boxes.
Like, think outside. Think of a box, but then, like, think of outside of the box.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Have you ever been inside a box?
Oh yes, I've been placed inside of boxes by many. Hey, sometimes my own sisters.
This
Is this a hag? It's
this
not
is a hag.
Is
Yes,
it?
it is a hag. Yes,
It's not a hag.
it is a hag. It is a an Anish hag, in fact.
Oh.
She's kind of this sort of very
Did you say an Amish hag?
Anish, Annis, Anish.
I thought he said
What
Amish
is
as well.
Because that is
I
on
wonder.
Rumspringer.
I'm on Rumspringer from my sisters. I am. We're only supposed to use the witchcraft of several centuries back, but out here there's new witchcraft, and I can get a chance to try.
No, she's not on Rumspringer.
She doesn't use zippers.
No,
Too advanced.
Never a zipper. Are you kidding? That's it. That's of the modern devil world. But enough about my fictional backstory. What is it? You dragons are here to pick flowers.
We're just picking some flowers. It's like no big deal. We'll be out of your way in just a minute.
Oh, you're
And
making
she should go bend over and pick some flowers.
Yeah, you pick some of the green ones.
She goes, "Oh, are you making a potion?" Oh, those are very old. I know what you're up to. I know what you dragons are up to. Harvesting the Binocle flower. You're making a love potion. It's a sort of shady business, if you ask.
Oh, that's what we are doing.
A love
know,
potion.
And then
What's your name, ma'am?
My name. What do you want to know? I'll give you some control.
Well, I'm just wondering
over
if
me.
you've ever been in love. It seems like you've been in love.
Oh,
Like, I get it.
I've been in love. Oh, I actually have been in love very, very, very deeply. I know love better than most little things like you. Although you're a dragon, so maybe you're very old. But you don't seem that old. You don't seem as old as me. And for the record, my name is Granny Rot.
very pretty name.
Aw.
It's not meant to be pretty. It's meant to be stomach churning.
Well, in a stomach churning kind of.
Oh, well, I don't care if it's stomach churning. I'm just telling you, the old-fashioned beings ever what said it's pretty. Certainly, me love never said it was pretty.
It is a lovely name. Then. Fits you well.
Well, I suppose so. I was named it on a case of me granny rot.
And what are you doing here, all
Well,
by yourself?
as it happens, I was sort of deciding which of the domains of delight I was gonna go to. I've been sort of on the move of late. There's been night hags about.
Oh, yeah, those are nasty.
Night hags is not my liking, and they've taken up in a nearby domain, which means I feel I should be on the move, but I've had to leave many of my belongings, but I don't really care about going back for them, but it's all a bit of a thing.
Yeah. Do you need help? Maybe we if you
Huh?
we
Yeah, You want
We
me
could
to
store
brew you
them.
a love
We could-
potion, do you?
No. But we could those belongings. We could store them for you if you wish.
All
Make sure they
dragons,
don't
you
fall.
ought to put them in your hoards. I know you're like. No, you'll not be getting any of my sort of mystical trinkets, and besides, none of them's the kind of stuff you're into, I'd imagine.
Right.
And that's
Well,
in here you like. No,
right.
I won't even say it in case one who's a weirdo and likes what I'm into. The point being, that if you're brewing love potions, you should be careful. They can mess with the mind, something right.
Wasn't that the idea? Aren't you just sort of purposely contorting someone's perception of you in order to make them
Indeed.
attract to you? Isn't the idea that it would mess
Oh,
with the
never
mind?
make yourself the target of a love potion, never ever. Most people who drink a love potion fall in love with someone so bad they want to tear them to shreds with their adoration. You give a love potion to someone you hate and make them fall in love with someone you hate more.
That is.
I'm gonna, I'll stick with just.
I don't
sparkling
think I like
conversation.
being judged by a bunch of dragons. You're greedy monsters. I'm a hag. Everyone knows what they get.
Oh
from
no.
me.
We're not judging. No. No one's
We're
judging
just
you.
absorbing.
It's not judgment. It's just not for me. Is all.
We're
You
just
do you.
absorbing what you're saying. It's
Yeah. No.
Why?
Have
no,
you
we-
been in love then?
Yeah. Well.
I
Long
think you
time
should love
ago.
yourself first before you can love anybody.
Love yourself.
So I'm working on my relationship with myself.
That's very wild.
Yeah. Love is a bit of a love's a traps, but that's fine.
It's also Battlefield, as I understand.
I think a lot of dragons, biped, you name it, have been in love with me.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, that's true, Shishu. It is hard not to fall in love with you.
You're so sweet.
Look, I don't mean to derail this whole conversation about love and all. We hear a lot about night hags. Are there day hags? Are there like a turf war? Do you not passing? Do you like our ships passing?
well,
through?
there's hags that
question.
all sort of night based. You see, night hags are a more sort of fiendish incarnation of our kind. They are from hell. They operate how we operate, but they're not fairy things, not really. We're just the little grannies in the night who like to invite the children in to our cottages, what with our candies and our cakes, yes.
Well, that sounds nice.
But then we eat them up because we're bad.
Oh, well, that's very much not nice.
But the night hags.
Quite
this-
understandable.
Thank you. This one gets me. But the night hags is something else entirely. They're fiendish, hellish things. They got darker designs.
Oh, and what do they eat?
Darker than
No, many of them
children?
are something called paleo, so they're insufferable.
Yeah.
I get it,
You
I
know
get
what?
it.
It's not what they eat; it's what they don't eat, and they won't shut up about it. Curse it.
True. It's true.
I mean, children
sheesh,
can
it's
do
true.
damage
It's
to your
true.
endocrine system, so
You're right then. I don't. Night hag endocrine systems are something filthy because it's all bugs.
Ugh.
It's just bugs running
Well,
signals through their bodies.
I understand that's a
fiends.
very efficient form of protein, though, as I understand it.
Oh well, you have to eat them, but what they got them through their sort of veins and muscles. They do.
Oh, like they're made of bugs.
Well, that system of the body. Yeah, don't
Oh.
worry about it. It's fiendish.
I grossly misunderstood what you were saying. Now I'm grossly upset by it.
A lot of fiends use worms as blood. That's another thing about them. Worm blood. Yeah, it's all nasty.
This is a lot of really good information.
Any time. Much of it's almost accurate. So. So then, my pretties, you're making a love potion, but, and I'm.
I mean, I don't
Evos.
think
Wait.
we're making it. We're just getting some ingredients for a friend.
We're just after the banaka flower. That's all we need.
Oh, well, that's that. Yeah, it's all what she's picking up. She points to Shishu, who's already collected several. But what
Okay,
kind of
then bye.
do you need to know of other love potion ingredients? There's some toadstools over there that can really make the moon shine in the eyes, if you know what I'm saying.
Sure, I pick some of that too, then.
There you go.
Just in case.
Yes, dragons. Well, if you do go, you're not going to Monstrosimo by any chance, are you?
Why?
Well,
And for the record, you
not.
are. That is Cogma's domain.
Right.
if you happen to see any night hags there.
There are my tags there?
Say hello for you?
No, well, don't say anything about me.
Do you want us to kill one for you?
Oh, no, I don't care about that. I'm just saying do yourselves a favour and kill them before they put any sort of hexes or things upon you. One of them showed up there, you see, and says there's others in their coven, and I'm not gonna I'm not waiting around to find out. That means I've been steering clear of Monstrosimo, but all me goodies is somewhere nearby, so I'm just sort of not sure what to do.
Can I ask you a question?
Well, yes, you've been asking me many, and I've been quite intrigued by these very talkative dragons. I thought you were more about flying and smashing things with your tail,
Well, we
are.
do that. No, we do that too. I mean,
breathing
it's a
your
whole
fire,
box
hoarding
it.
your
Yeah,
wealth,
yeah.
stealing your
Yeah.
maidens, or making villages give you maidens that you can gobble up, all that sort of good stuff. I've eaten a maiden
How
or
do
two
you
in my
protect
time.
yourself? How do you protect yourself against somebody using a love potion against you?
Oh.
I mean, on you, using a love potion on you.
Oh, I see what you're asking. You're worried someone's trying to make you fall in love with them. Is it that little dragon there, the little yellow one? You can tell.
No,
right?
he-
I would never do such a... I could give you a charm to protect yourself from love potions. I could give you a powerful charm to protect yourself from all sorts of love magic. But I'll need you to certainly bring me the head of one night hag. I suppose if you kill the night hag, she's a fiend, so she might disappear. I've never actually killed a night hag. They're very strong.
I just offered to kill a night hag for you, and you were like, "No."
Could I?
And I was like, "Bring me the head of a night hag."
I'm so sorry. I was trying to downplay it. I very much want you to kill the night hag. I just don't want. I'm sort of trying to be subtle here.
Can I do a read person?
Sure.
I'm mostly trying to determine if this person's like a charlatan.
But I'll get.
Trinket or artwork. Let's go with. Let's go with artwork. Intention. I see intention.
Artwork.
Let's go with artwork. Oh wait, hang on a second.
Oh,
I have a dragon die in this.
Oh!
Third success in artwork.
third degree success in artwork. With a third degree success, I mean, this is a. No, this is not a charlatan. This is probably someone who is. She is. Granny Rot is upselling her abilities, certainly, but she is not. Like, she's not like a full charlatan. She is being like she is definitely, she thinks she's playing you guys. She thinks she's being real clever. Point of fact, she said some minor untruths. You suspect that she definitely doesn't like that there's a night hag in Monstrosimo. That part, no doubt. But can she really not get to her belongings, or is there other stuff like, you know, you're sure that many of the details of what she's saying are not true.
Okay.
She's not a charlatan. She's definitely a hag.
So she could definitely help Shishu with what Shishu's talking about right
Yes, you strongly suspect that she could create something. She could create an anti-love spell charm. That wouldn't be hard for her.
now. Okay.
Yeah, that part is.
And I will
that
not
part
interfere
is-
in this conversation at all.
Like, well, they can keep going then.
I mean, Shishu's her own boss, you know. I'm not gonna try to, you know, infantilize her at all.
But in any case, yeah, I could make you such a charm if you really are worried some bipeds are trying to make you fall in love with them. Of course, that would be foolish of them to do, because you'd love them to pieces, as in you'd cut them up into pieces and gobble them up. You love them so much. At least I suspect. Unless you're paying
I'm
me out.
good right now. I thought about it. I'm good.
Alright then.
But
Well,
I tell you what, if we do cross the paths of any night hags who we feel deserve to have their head cut off, we will do it and bring you a head.
I like you. Tell you what, here's a bit for free. Those be knocker flowers. Fun fact, you can just use 1 or 2 and they freshen your breath up with no ill effects. It's only if you boil them all together and add them to some of those mushrooms and a few other trademark secret ingredients, that's when you can get a real love potion.
Okay. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Yeah. What?
Thanks, Granny Rot.
Hey, no, thank you, dragons. It's all
Thanks,
going to be a fun thing for me to tell people about what I met 6 dragons I did. Well, 5, that one's not a real dragon, is he? Maybe 4, that one's not real. I am a real dragon. Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Half dragon.
Thanks for the talk, Granny Rock. It's important to listen to the words of the elders. We're gonna get back to our patron Archfey over there. But you have a nice day.
Wait, hold up. That's an Archfey. Oh my God! I need to make myself.
Oh no, sorry. That is Archie Fey.
All right, now that very much sounds like the name of an Archfey, and you did say patron. Like if you were a very uncreative Archfey, you'd name yourself Archie, I think. Excuse me, are you an Archfey, my lord? And Archie goes, oh, yeah, I'm an Archfey. Yeah, who's that? She sort of, my lord, I am Granny Rot. I'm an Anishag, and I'm very,
that was on me. I'm sorry.
Very, very much grateful to meet you and your esteemed retinue. Oh, well, guys, what does retinue mean? Does it mean that I look cool and imposing? Yes, you look very imposing and very, very impressive. Are you trying to make a love potion? Your eminence, your variousness. Oh, well, I wasn't, but should I be? Wait, will Kog'Maw love me if I use a potion to make her love me?
Yeah, I don't know that you want to.
That seems like such a bad idea.
Yeah, it's a really bad idea.
Yeah.
That's a really bad idea.
It's a really bad idea, Archie, and I also don't think it would work, right? If she's as powerful as you say she is.
Yeah,
she might be
yeah.
immune
She
to
would
this
destroy
No,
you
Archie,
with
you
that
want
love.
to do this on your own terms, bud. You want to do this on your own
I'm
terms.
sorry, did you just say that you want to make Kog'Maw, the Archfey, fall in love with you? Oh yeah, she's my ex. Oh my. your sparkly wickedness. Let me tell you something. I think that yes, a love potion is far beneath you. There's no way she won't love you based on who you are, especially if you're bringing a gift. You hear like more roots being pulled up as the hungry starts eating another bush. Oh yeah, we got that part covered. Thanks to my retinue. This is my retinue of strong dragons just like me. Because I'm an Archfey and I'm strong. And I'm irresistible to other Archfey.
I love Archie. I love Archie.
I like this.
I'm
new-
so
I like
proud.
this
I'm so proud that you're my patron. This feels like this is good, you know?
Well,
Do you have any Patron?
Patron. Archie's like, ooh, Patron.
I could go for a shot.
What is Patron?
Yeah. No, we could do a shot for our patron. It's like it's a
I don't like
it's a
shots. I don't like
Wyrmloth
needles, except for many kinds of needles.
No.
High
It's,
So
needles.
it's a drinking. It's a shot. It's a patron. Patron potion.
it's a patron. Yeah, it's a patron
It's a potion of bonding.
A potion
Yeah.
of bonding? Oh.
Yeah.
I know.
Can you
Yeah, we
brew
call
us
it
a potion of
Patron.
bonding? Oh, it'd be my honor to serve you, Archie.
I know, man. In my experience, it's been a potion of having a bad tomorrow. But all
Oh,
right.
wait, excuse me, I know a
Potion of headaches.
Do you want a potion of bad tomorrow? I can give you a potion of a bad tomorrow. Oh, believe you me, I got a recipe for a potion of a bad tomorrow. I'll enjoy it if you... you want that?
Is it just a potion of bad tomorrow, or does it lead to a good today?
Oh, a potion of a good today and a bad tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, does it have any redeeming qualities about it? Or
Well, now,
okay.
The Patron potion at least gives you a good today and a bad tomorrow.
You at least bond.
Oh, that's so much more devious than how you're thinking. Yes, I can craft something. If it would please the Archfey, I would love to serve you.
I'm probably not gonna drink anything that you craft.
Well, why ever not? You're right on asking for it.
Well, I thought we just had Patron.
What is a potion of Patron? Well, I'll have to... I can't really consult any books right now on that point. On account of that accursed night hag. I hate her so much. I so wish somebody would sew
I
her
know.
eyeballs
Trust
together.
me, if I meet a night hag that I want to kill, I will bring you her head.
Well, that's very kind of you. I'm not sure how to brew a potion of Patron. Let me see.
It's okay.
I can think of a potion of Reposado and Neho. I can think of a potion of... Let's see.
No, that'll work too. I mean, it's not.
It's
fine.
Well, there's a potion of you. It's called the Bull of Red. The Bull of Red mixed, and then you mix it with another potion called Carnivode.
I know that one, but we already have
this
wings.
is what I'm talking about. This sounds
No,
This
but
sounds
no,
Red does
great.
give you wings. That is true. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's all right. We
Ellen,
already
don't
have
do
one.
it. Ellen, no.
Oh, there's also. I also know of a potion.
You're gonna relapse if you have the Bull of Red.
Would you like any meal replacement potions? There's one called Soylent.
Yes.
Soylencio.
Chewing is so inefficient.
I think there's one called the Huel potion. I can brew that for you up real quick.
Yes. Oh, I need it. I need that. Oh, because when you're working as hard as I work, you don't have time. You just gotta swallow and go.
Well,
You work?
in any case, if you'd like me to brew you a celebratory potion, much of this has been a bit of tomfoolery, but if you'd like Granny Rot to give you a very, very nice sort of, shall we say, potent potable, sort of a brew, sort of an intoxicant, I can do that for you, my most pixie dusted one. And for your retinue, of course. I'd have to do it in large batch, of course, because there's a lot of you. And you're big. Would you like that?
Up to you, Arch.
Oh, well, I mean, if it's, this is... Wait, who the hell are you? I am Granny Rot. I'm an Enish hag. And I serve any archfey who... any archfey as masterful as you, of course. Oh, okay.
Oh,
well, yeah.
The Anish hag. I think I heard you guys go on a Rum Springer route to go learn your magic?
No, that was a joke we were telling. We don't do that. No, that's the Amish hags. They're very different. The Amish hags, if you ever want to participate in a hag barn raising, you go with them. They raise barns all the time. It's all they do. And by raise barns, what I mean is they knock over barns. It's with a Z. They raise, but it's a barn raising.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
R-A-Z-E.
Yeah.
Now you're catching
No,
on. That's the content of this joke. Yes.
I got it.
I feel like that one's better written. I think it makes more sense
Yeah,
written
that
out.
one's a lot funnier if you can sort of write that one down.
Maybe
No,
on
it's
a
still pretty
billboard.
good.
Maybe
If
on
I
a
was
billboard.
performing that on stage, I'd love to have the words projected behind me so people understand. So am I making it? Are we gonna fuck you guys up or what? You want some liquor or no?
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Not too
Archie, are
early,
you want to bond with us
Oh, okay.
and do a
well,
potion
yeah,
of bonding?
We can do a potion of bonding. That sounds good. I've always thought that if a hag's gonna brew you something, you might as well drink it. That's good thinking. That's why you're such a powerful archfey. Very smart. She hauls with her massive one arm. She just starts going. Goes, but I don't have me cauldron. I'll have to improvise some. Well, it's fine. She kind of just starts going through the meadow and through the near
I got
woods
this. I got this giant scorpion shell.
Wow. Oh my, actually, may I see that?
Sure. Hang on. Let me pull this cursed suit of armor out of it.
Oh, wait, can we use the helmet as a ladle?
I suppose so. No,
Oh, look at this scorpion shell. It's nothing but dark energy. Oh my, where did you find this?
Well, it's out in the desert somewhere.
Oh, a desert. Was it in a rather evil desert?
Yeah, super evil.
I suppose so.
Oh, that's...
It's hard to. I don't know if the desert itself was evil.
Can I would love to.
I'm pretty
like-
sure it was
seems
the
pretty
sand.
neutral.
The sand was
It's
very,
not a good
very
vibe. Not a good
nasty.
vibe.
It's more like
was
the
getting
inhabitants.
into all my scales and stuff.
Actually,
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll to see how she can.
What you're saying is it just coarse and it gets everywhere and you hate sand? Is that what you're saying, XigXag?
No one's
it
saying
was
that
a
officially.
Very, very, very vicious sand. It was like more vicious than regular sand.
I see.
She smells it and says,
Something about this smells very interesting. Can't quite put my nostril on it. No, yeah, I'm not sure. Well, yes, I'd love to brew you. I'll brew you a very nice intoxicant in this, provided we can use that cursed helm as a ladle. Oh yes, this is perfect. Yeah, fetch us some water, would you?
I'm just trying to feel less and less good about this, but okay.
Yeah, well, only got to fetch me some water. Yeah, I'll have to do a little bit of a spell to make it ferment quickly. But yeah,
she just kind of starts moving through the nearby, and she's just collecting all sorts of stuff.
What are we gonna transport the water in? Anyone of you have your hydro flask with you?
Always.
I would say that you guys could. You are certainly strong enough to one, go scoop up water into the thing, or you could just carry the helmet full, carry the cuirass of the you have things so you could. It is not hard for you to sort of gather up water if you're going to participate in this.
Sounds like we are. So I'll take that scorpion shell and fill it with water and bring it back. Because I don't want to touch Alon's camelback. It's very touchy about it.
that's wonderful.
So after kind of like an hour or so, she's kind of put some sticks together, and then she goes,
Oh wait, ha! Would one of you like to do the honors?
Oh, what honor are you talking about?
I'm gonna light the fire to brew our wonderful intoxicant, our celebratory potion of bonding, as you call it. Would anyone like to light the fire? Oh no, you're all capable.
I think that's got to be one of you, Boteris. I might melt the shit.
All right, I'll do it. I'll go ahead. Breathe it out, baby.
You don't really need to roll for this, but I'm not even sure you've gotten to roll today, so give me a roll for breath. Let's see how
I've got a good breath.
You got a good breath, and you get to roll 7 dice and change. He has a dragon die in breath, which is pretty nice.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
All right. It's 1, 2, 3.
You make a nice intoxicant, yes, indeed.
7.
Temple of Endless Diversion all over again.
That is quadruple trinket.
Quadruple trinket. Trinket is actually is the best thing you could have rolled for this.
Wow.
Because of among other things, but the desiderium, the kind of inward sort of kind of upset. Yeah, that's a good call for this. So, as you guys, Elon, you make you hear what she's talking about of this, and what you do is, it's not that you could light this whole thing on fire. What you do,
No, I'm gonna regulate the flame.
you make the flame the exact temperature. It is, Elon, if you could imagine a world in which everyone could control devices in their homes using another an app on a
Yeah.
it's there's this idea called sous vide, and I just feel like it's something Elon would really be into, and then never actually do.
Yeah.
He'd spend a lot of money
No.
buying the stuff for it and never do it because he doesn't want to, but it's
Yeah.
he'd be real fussy about it the 2 times he did it. Anyway, you create this perfect flame. Would you actually roll another D8 for me?
Just completely separately.
It's completely separately.
4.
Oh wow, this is seems appropriate. So, she begins to bring over various sort of things, and you notice she's getting a particularly large amount of like honeysuckle and other very sweet things. And she says, "Right, this potion of bonding is I think it's something called a rum. You ever heard of a rum?
Ron?
Rum." So she starts sort of putting various things in it, and you can smell it's very sweet, but she starts to do magic. And Elon, with your like arcane knowledge, actually, I think both Elon and XigXag will have a sense of this, no rolls required, that she is using magic to, this is so far very harmless magic. She is basically speeding up natural processes. So she is like causing fermentation to happen, you know, over the course of like a few minutes rather than like cask aged things like this. So basically she's cooking rum for you, and this is kind of, you know, mixing these ingredients and beginning to add various like other flowers and spicy things. And the smell of it is genuinely, I mean, she's used this word a lot, it is intoxicating. It smells like rich and kind of spicy and
I know
sweet.
Demerara.
It's what?
Is that a new Demerara I'd tick?
That's a Demerara. Is anyone, what are you guys doing as she makes this? Are you just hanging out? Are you chatting? What kind of, what's the vibe as she does this?
I feel like this is a moment of respite for us, right?
Yeah, you guys
Yeah, we
also, you can all
I
regain
smell
like,
the flowers.
yeah, you all regain a couple of points, you know, a couple of your power.
Can I assume that with all the traveling, the stuff I haven't been here, that I got all my powers back?
You guys have, I probably I should have given a little more. Everybody go ahead and regain like 5 power. It's been about
Okay.
5 hours.
How about
probably.
from last time?
Including last time. I'm not sure we did too much of that last time. Did we? I don't think
Oh,
we
you
got
guys
power
just didn't
back.
spend enough
No,
time?
we didn't get a lot of
Power is interesting in this game. It's kind of like it's literally just about hours that pass. I'd do 6. 6 seems fine. So as you guys are you know, sort of sitting here and she brews this. XigXag, you said you're smelling all the flowers.
Mm-hmm.
That you mean just all the flowers
Making
around?
Yeah, I'm just figuratively and symbolically.
Figuratively and literally.
Both.
Okay.
But I want to make a nice little bouquet.
Oh,
Well,
perfect. Okay, XigXag, I'll tell you what. Would you roll me a smell? So you get to roll 7 d8s and change one to the number of your choice after the fact. Because dragons. Oh, but also XigXag,
Okay.
there is something you did not do that everybody else did last time. You, before you make this roll, I should have allowed you to do this. I'm so sorry, I completely forgot this. You get to either increase one of your attributes or give yourself a dragon die on a talent. That is the reward for escaping the thing. That's kind of a level up that I forgot to do with you.
Let me think on that.
Understood. You can make the roll without it and whatever. That's fine. Yeah.
Well, I got a quadruple tome.
A quadruple tome. Wow. Oh, and it's knowledge secrecy. Dang. Okay. Well, with a quadruple tome, I'm going to say, I was hoping, I said if you had like a 4 or something might happen, and you just did. XigXag, you are picking flowers as she brews all of this. But, given your, and you're breathing it deeply, but just given your preposterous nose, you can tell that of the ingredients that Granny Rot has gathered, 2 of them smell off to you in a, I don't think we want that in there kind of way. There are two things in her pile. She has not put them into the liquid yet. But both of them have a scent that you don't care for. The first is a weed.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of it's got like a blue color to it. It's a bluish weed. Has some little like spiny things. They're not like, it's not berries or fruit or anything, but it's got these like little spiny things on the side of it. And something about that, you're like, that smells very strong and doesn't fit the pattern of this. The other thing though is you're not even quite sure where these came from. There are 3 little like mollusks, almost like barnacles, that she also has, and your nose is only detecting these things. You sort of smell them as you pass by, and I'm going to give this to you just with your whatever. She has also hidden those. Those are like low, like those are like at the bottom of her stack.
Mm-hmm. I'll just casually, stroll up to her and pick these two things out. It's like the mollusk and the weeds. That maybe let's not put these in the pot, Granny.
Why? Oh.
I don't think these will work. I just,
Oh no, those are just some flavourings for. You did say you wanted a potion of bonding, didn't you?
Nah, yeah, maybe not with these.
Are you a potion maker, dragon?
I have my talents.
Well, they're perfectly harmless.
Mm-hmm.
They are. I'm not
I
lying.
just chuck the mollusks.
You just throw them up.
Ow!
And the weed is, I'll put it in my pocket. I assume I have some pockets.
Well, all right, but I wanted. Excuse me, Your Eminence. A member of your retinue is is inserting herself into my brewing process, and I just want it known that if this potable is not to your liking, that this is not to my preferred recipe.
And I just look at them and then tap my nose.
You do that to Archie, and Archie says,
Oh, hey.
got it. And then Archie kind of gathers. Archie's like, hey, everyone, come here. And he gathers Tongart and Shishu and Elon and says,
Guys, XigXag has a cold. Does she need to quarantine? I don't want to get a cold before I smooch Kog'Maw.
I hear what he's saying.
I
Don't kiss XigXag, right?
Oh, right. If I just don't kiss XigXag, well, now that's all I'm thinking about. Not even I want to. I'm just like, did you say don't kiss XigXag? My mind is just me and XigXag. Just.
You're really into kissing.
I'm into kissing? What do you mean? There are people.
You do
That's
seem to have a
all
bit of an
you're
oral
going to, Mike.
fixation.
An oral fixation?
I mean, you said Kog'Maw doesn't have a mouth, and you still had to kiss Kog'Maw.
Well, yeah. Well, that's just. I mean, what goes on in the privacy of two Archface's bedroom is a different.
You brought it up.
I know I did.
Bedroom now?
Yeah, I know. Oh gosh, I'm too into kissing. Okay, gotcha. That's
You're not
bad.
too into kissing. We're just noticing that you have a preference. You have an interest, right?
I
You
do
have to be
have an
ashamed of it.
interest.
We're noticing a predilection. That's all.
Okay. Well, dang. Well, now I'm worried that I kiss weird. Did you get me those Banaka flowers or what?
Yeah, they're all over the place.
Oh, sweet. Here, give me one. Okay.
I know that was the right method. Is it supposed to do that?
Yeah.
Supposed to joke on it?
that's how it works.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. I just gotta do that
Do
4
you
or
have
5
that-
more
Do
times.
you have good breath now?
I don't know. Do I? Archie's breath smells like cotton candy.
Oh.
That was unexpected, but yeah. You need delicious. bread.
Actually, Shishu, make a smell roll yourself. It's under vitality.
Okay. Oh, yes. Oh, wait, what can I re-roll to re-roll some of them?
You
Spend
may
power to do that?
spend. Yes, you can spend some power to keep some. So, what have you rolled? Like, how many do you want to keep? How many do you want to re-roll?
Well, I rolled a pair of ones, which would be beauty under artwork. And I like that, so I want to re-roll some to see if I can get it.
To get more artwork.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and spend. You could spend 6 of your power, and you can just re-roll all the others. Re-roll 4 and see if you get more
Okay.
ones. Sounds good.
Nope. Pair of tome and a pair of artwork.
Okay, you know what? I'll tell you what. Because you have 2, I'll kind of actually say in this case 2 separate ones will give you 2 information. 1, Archie's breath smells like cotton candy. Very nice, very pleasant. He's a little fairy. It sort of makes sense. You can tell, however, that you get hints of Banaka. That's what his breath smells like normally. He's adding this flower to it, which like you can barely smell on top of it.
Oh, so the Banaka had no effect.
Banaka had little. He did spray most of the Banaka in his eyes, He certainly got some on his throat and it made his voice boom ooh for a moment. But it's like the Banaka is like, you think his natural breath is better than the Banaka flower.
Okay, I tell him as much.
Oh, really? Well, then why the hell did we stop for Banaka flowers? This whole thing seems like a huge waste of time.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, cool.
Well, let's go then.
No,
Let's go see
she's making
Kagma.
us drinks. Bonding
Well, I will
experience.
tell you, once we bond with these drinks, we won't be able to go see Kagma for a day.
Oh, that's fine. We can sleep, and then tomorrow morning we can go see Kagma. Unless you guys are in a hurry.
I mean, what could we possibly be in a hurry about?
Yeah.
Lagok just goes, it's nice to have them back, but I forgot what it was like.
Lagok, I'm doing a shot with you.
Oh, well, I suppose I've been known to partake every now and again. So,
Lagok, what a depth of wonders you are.
well,
I love
sort
Lagok.
of, it suddenly smells good. So basically, grumbling the whole time about how this is not going to be that good. The granny rot, with huge amounts of excitement, gets the helm and sort of pours cups of this, and it's kind of it's like warm, you know. It's sort of, it almost feels like a toddy or like a mulled rum, you know, like a warm rum drink, and it's sort of sweet. And so she pours it for you all, and she's got this like
This'll be tasty, I think. Although not as tasty as it should have been, because someone doesn't like a little bit of fun in their potion of bonding. But this rum concoction will taste all right, I suppose. And it is a very high alcohol content. I accidentally doubled up the fermentation process, so the proof of this is rather high.
Great, I
That's
love it.
alright.
That's probably good. As dragons, you know how we tend to generate sort of fire.
Yeah.
Our metabolisms kind of churn through things pretty quickly.
Oh, good point. Well, yeah.
That's true.
And
This might actually help with what we're trying to get done. So
yeah.
happy accident, I say.
So
I feel like it smells like Jägermeister in here.
So basically, she's sort of done this, but she sort of pours all of you little kind of cups of it. Although you are also so big, it's probably easier for you guys to just drink from that helm, or just to like lap from the cauldron itself.
Go ahead. Oh, the Archfey should go first, shouldn't he? Arch goes, oh yeah, here, I'll drink first. Okay. Oh wait, are we supposed to all do it together?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well then,
Yeah. Make sure you clink everyone's glass, or it's bad luck.
And make eye contact.
Yeah.
what? Okay. Well, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm nervous. Okay.
But do not
Don't spill.
Oh!
spill. Do not spill. Do not kiss.
Now all I want to do is kiss my cup.
Okay, you can
Well,
kiss.
you'll get to do that in a second once we all clink our cups together. And don't worry, not spit.
These
Like-
rules are very
And-
complicated.
And as the Archfey and our patron, you have to make a declaration of either an
that's right.
intention or some goodwill, and that's called a toast.
Okay. I'll make a toast. I'm a Toastmaster General. All right, well, everyone have their rum. Here's my toast. Thinly sliced seed bread, butter, and jam.
Yeah, that's what I thought what was gonna happen here.
Okay, is that good? Did I do good?
Cheers.
Nah.
The Anish hag, Granny Rod, is just like watching you all, kind of with one huge hand and one small hand, just doing this gesture as you all drink.
How is it?
It is pretty good. It is incredibly good for how quickly it was made, just from like random stuff around. You do all detect it tastes like Halloween, in the sense that they're in a low key way. You all do taste dark energy. Like this has been brewed in something from a Dreadland, and it was served to you from like a cursed demonic helm. So like you get slight hint of just like goth, I guess.
Yeah.
I would
Is it-
like to give
No.
some to the hungry.
Oh, the hungry. Okay. The hungry will do that, and then we'll like try to drink the rest of it from the giant thing in the middle. If you give that. Although you do notice the hungry is trying to chew it, and after that, and the hungry just goes and continues eating like apples off the ground. Like the hungry is interested in solid foods.
Huh. There's like a interesting little like undercurrents there. Is that like a candy corn?
Yeah, sure. They would add more of an undercurrent if I would put everything into what I was supposed to.
It's pretty good for a 45-minute run there.
Well, thank you. I'm glad.
Well
It
you're
was really
right?
good. Yeah. it's
Like I
really
said,
good.
it's not really up to my standards.
Ah.
So much so, I might even have a. Oh, that's fine, I suppose.
Do I know what the things the barnacles were?
An interesting
Are you gonna
question.
tell us?
You do. Oh my gosh, you do have the natural world. I forgot this. You know what? I would like for you to make. God, you get a lot of dice in this. I'm gonna let you do the full on this one. I'm gonna let you do 4 dice from your natural world and 5 dice from your analyze. You can roll 9 d8s.
Oh,
Whoa.
You don't get to change any for free after the fact, but you get to roll 9. That's a lot.
7, 8, 9.
Wait, I do too?
No, XigXag is. XigXag's like,
okay.
because XigXag found those, this is about those ingredients that XigXag found.
Oh, that's right.
I think you're all aware that XigXag removed some ingredients, but
No, I don't know that it's entirely. I mean, it's not driven by revenge. But the more we
It's-
drink this, the more I'm like, we should really go after him, Neo. I don't know why.
Lord
All I
Buku
have is a-
strongly agrees.
Quadruple gemstone.
Quadruple gemstones with changing no dice after the fact. Holy
Yes,
mercy!
and a couple of coinage.
2 in coinage, 4 in gemstone. Okay, then I will
Well,
say
that's
that you
my
you were asking more about the barnacles. All right, the barnacles are interesting because the barnacles do not seem to be something that would actually grow in the terrain that you're in. So you suspect these barnacles are either weirdly somewhere nearby, because she kind of like went like a little further afield at times. So like maybe there is some crossing where you get to a much more aquatic area, or the barnacles are something she had with her. Maybe even like growing on her leg or some real gross thing, like they're kind of hags or so whatever. The barnacles, though, as far as you know, they are with 4. Barnacles like this tend to be notable for their psychotropic, psychoactive properties, hallucinogenic.
Oh. You know, can I sniff them out and find them where
You can probably find them where you threw them. Actually,
like to
wait. I'll tell you what. Make another smell roll. I know you have 1 million in it, but go for it.
I think that's only 7. What is my smell?
It's 7, but you get to change 1.
Oh, it's this. Okay. 4 talisman.
So many 4s in this game. That's what you got. You know what? You guys are great dragons. It makes sense. With talisman's magic, that's perfect. Okay. You sniff around and you know that you can like figure out where they were thrown. She has already recollected them. She did not put them in the brew. You can smell them on her person again. Those are valuable.
I wanted to give them to the hungry.
Oh, well, you could always ask her. As for the weed, I'm gonna let you know about that with your 2, with your success in coinage, which is more like security and such. The weed seems to be something that is, you don't think it would do much on its own. I'll tell you, you don't know exactly the effect of a weed like this. You've never seen one. This is definitely something from the fairy world, but weeds like it are often used as reactants or enzymes almost. You have a strong suspicion that it wasn't, and she put one of these things in, they might have had a little effect. Putting them together would have done something more substantive. to this brew of bonding, and something probably psychoactive or would have like messed with your brain somehow. Yeah.
He was just really gonna mess us up.
Yeah.
Gutierrez, I'd never thought I'd be suggesting a business venture with you all. But should we open a bar? I feel like we should open a bar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, let's open a bar.
Love it.
I mean, I feel like a bar is the ultimate distracting side quest. So yeah.
If you guys, ways to lose your hoard. Open a bar. Open a restaurant. Well, I'm going to say
we can have a winery / bar.
Exactly. Oh, perfect.
Oh, certainly.
Now we're talking. Or a microbrewery. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you'll have to hire on Granny Rot as your sort of
Granny
brewmaster.
Rot is the exactly.
Or your
Yeah, Granny Rot, you want to come back to the material plane with us and open a bar?
What was that?
You want to come back to the material plane with us and go back to Wyrmloth and open a bar?
Will you pay me in children's addresses?
Probably not.
Well then, no deal.
I would. Why don't you let me be HR of the bar? I'll handle the payments.
I feel like in this very instance, those two things will overlap.
Oh my god. Well, with that is where we're ending tonight's game. Thank you all for whatever that was.
Are we drunk or not? Are we drunk or not?
I'm gonna say that this is because you are big dragons, and she did a thing. You guys are. You definitely feel it, but I don't even think any of you like you're not gonna be that rough tomorrow.
Buku is wasted. Let's be honest.
Buku's wasted. Yeah. Oh,
yes.
Remind me of that in 2 weeks.
Yes, like in a gross way.
Or just like dancing so much. Well, guys, thank you. This was delightful. We will see you all in 2 weeks for more adventures of this. Next week, in this time slot, we will be back with an episode of Strange Lore. What? Yeah, that's right. We have moved Strange Lore to Sunday nights because Tuesday afternoons wasn't really working. So we'll be back with more of our sort of combination 1940s office simulator and weird planetary romance a week from tonight. We'll be back in 2 weeks with more Here Be Dragons. Starting tomorrow, there is a brand new game on Monday nights. Please join us. I will now reveal the title of it. A few people know it because I sent an email. But tomorrow night begins a new adventure game of kind of like some genre mashup stuff. The game is called Theme Party. Whatever could that mean? So join us for Theme Party tomorrow night at 7:30. You'll see some Civilized Age people. You'll see some people who had been in Grey in the Dark. You'll see kind of a fun mix of people.
It's an all Star Wars cast.
I believe everyone in it has played in a Star Warp. That is true. So yeah, join us for that. Gonna be fun. And then on Wednesday, we are back with Lost Lore Academia. The session begins. That being said, there's a minor I'm just putting it out there in case there's such a small minor chance that game is not going to be able to happen because of some potential player conflicts. I think we'll be fine, but just
can I ask you one question about that game real quick?
You can.
How's the Stone Man looking?
Stone Man is unchanged despite all the time that I've had to fix him. You know what else is giving me trouble? I have an option. I don't love it, but I also I know there's no other thing. Thermidora hard. Thermidora, for those who don't know, is a lobster person, and I'm supposed to make a Lego minifigure of that for them to summon in Lost Lore Academia. I don't. Guess what? They don't make. The Lego is a sexy lobster Lego woman. So we'll figure that out somehow. But that is Wednesday, Lost Lore Academia, and we have other games on Wednesdays. Our Top Flight games also alternate. So Wednesday has a different game every week. First Monday is Formation Nation, or first Wednesday is Formation Nation. Second and fourth Wednesday is Lost Lore Academia. Third Wednesday is Top Flight West. So come join us for that fun. On Friday, we are back with Blood from a Stone. We are racing towards October, Friday the 13th. So come kind of catch up with the craziness that's going on. We had a heartbreaking thing where a lot of people were crying last week because a beloved character had some bad stuff happen. So cool. Fun times. That's what they get for joking around so much at the beginning of that session. That's what Laura texted me after. She's like, this was karma. We were too happy at the beginning. So that's all we got going on the channel. Go to our Discord to interact with us. Go to our YouTube to see old episodes. Go to our wiki to read about all these different games and the weird stuff that happens in them. But also, our players do amazing things, like such as, and for example, Anna.
Hi. I cook for you online.
Where, Anna?
At Facebook. I'm going to be doing a Facebook Live at facebook.com/real_Anna_Pacino on Tuesday, I believe. Also, you have 3 more days to get the Eat Happy Kitchen sauces on sale at Pavilions for $7.99 a jar.
It's a ridiculous deal.
That's a great deal.
It won't happen ever again because we can't afford it.
Oh man. Get to
And-
Pavilions.
Yeah, I know. Pavilions is, not a place that a lot of people talk about, but it's a good store.
It's a good store.
It's
but
very
No,
good.
it is. It's a good store. It's just not
Yeah.
like people at Gelson's is more fancy or like Whole Foods. Or,
Is it
People
really?
have their things, but
The
Pavilions,
one in Burbank, that Pavilions is getting kind of fancy.
it's nice.
The Burbank.
They have a big
Pavilions.
wine section.
The one you did, the one in Sherman Oaks where you did your demonstrations, very nice.
Where's the
It's a nice
Sherman?
store.
Oh, I know where the Sherman.
Yeah,
Very
on
good.
Ventura.
Well, yeah, get thee to
So
a Pavilions.
thank you. And
Get thee to a Pavilions. Everyone out
get
there.
thee to Pavilions. And then Andrew also streams on the internets here on Twitch.
I do. I've been streaming. The last week I've been streaming a game that came out that I wrote on.
Oh.
It's
stuff.
called
Good
Goodbye Volcano High. I wrote the D&D stuff in that game. Won at Tribeca this year.
That's awesome.
And it's it's a really, really good game. We're finishing it up. It's about non-binary dinosaur in high school. And their friends and music career. It's really, really fun. And then there's also the #1 participant in the streams. Piers likes things.
I do hang out there a lot.
Yeah.
And usually, at least Monday, Wednesday, Friday, following Andrew at lunchtime, you can find me at 1:30 p.m. Pacific time. Currently with God of War Ragnarok, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Sundays is Sunday morning story time with Animorphs.
Sunday morning story time.
That's what I call it. It's Sunday morning story time.
Makes sense.
Which implies that I will read things after I finish Animorphs, and that's probably not true. But most importantly, come Tuesday, if any of you have been hedging the bets on this, and don't want your pre-order vehicle, but Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty, this DLC that I spent like half of last year working on, is coming out on Tuesday. Guys, it has been so nice to be on the opposite end of the reviews from last time. We got a 10 out of 10 from GameSpot. Everything is positive. Everything is through the roof positive on all these reviews so far.
For this DLC.
Yeah.
Awesome.
This DLC that people are telling you takes at least 30 hours to get through.
Whoa.
I'm so excited to play this.
It's
Do you
so
have to
good.
play do you need to play the
No.
original before you play the DLC?
So no, the DLC triggers at a certain part if you're playing the main game. So you can load up your old save if you want, and you'll get the call to trigger it off. You can start a new one, you'll get it, or like they did with Blood and Wine, you can just launch into it from the start menu. So like what they did with like in
Great.
Witcher 3 with the DLCs there, you can just go straight into it from the start menu.
But then is it better though if you do because it remembers things that you did?
I mean, kind of yes, no, kind of yes, kind of no. Yeah, well, yes, there are stuff in there that will affect, but nothing in the main storyline of the DLC. It's more like
Okay.
side moments and things like that. I would say you might want to boot it up because they released that 2.0 update and basically remade the game. They basically completely remade the game and the progression system and everything in the game. Yeah,
I really like that game.
and now it's only better apparently. So,
Amazing. We're gonna stream that next, I think.
Awesome.
Okay, I'll be excited to watch. But
You'll
yeah,
have all sorts of fun facts.
Get all your friends. I know. I can't believe you worked on it. That's so exciting.
Yeah. It was it was a lot, guys. They were like, just the short little behind the scenes as they went. It's gonna be like we think it's gonna be like 10 days of recording. with the initial ask.
Smash cut.
It was 6 months of recording.
I was gonna say it's never 10 days.
It's 6 months of recording.
Oh, that's wild. Well, very cool. Well, a lot of cool stuff. Vanda, you want to plug anything or talk about anything?
Yeah, when I mentioned that Star Trek Lower Decks has a new season on Paramount Plus, and Phil got me hooked on that.
I did.
It's his fault. It's really good.
It's very funny.
And Poker Face
Oh
on
yeah.
Fair enough.
Pika
Fun shows.
is a very fun show.
I got, you know,
It's
I'm
kind
putting it on
of,
my
to
list
me,
right
I have
now.
a vibe. It's a mix of Columbo and Quantum Leap.
Ooh.
That's a good description of it. I would say
That's
very good.
two good, very, very good shows.
That's
Yeah.
It's wearing
like-
those influences very much on its super cool
Sleeves.
sleeve.
Yeah.
Well, thanks everyone. I'm gonna follow up with one thing in chat right now, which is that Sophia said, "Make a sexy lady and paint her red and give her claws." This is for making Thermidor a mini. But what I'm saying is, you saying give her claws? Like how? They don't have claws.
Well, I mean, aren't just Lego heads in general lobster pinchers?
They kind of are lobster-like claws.
Wait, I bet you could. I wonder if you could get because you can take the hands out, right?
Yeah, but like they don't have like.
What we gotta get you is
Wait.
just some little mini dollhouse, just lobsters, and you can just put lobsters. in
There,
the
I have some like they do make a little lobster. I don't have it, but there is.
Yeah, hand lobster claw, angular.
City of Atlantis had oh my gosh, in the City of Atlantis there is a lobster person. All right, is there any way? There's no way I can get this set in time. I bet this is gonna be.
Well,
there's no
it's
way
all
I'll get it for
contingent.
Wednesday.
You really think that they're gonna summon Thermidora?
Yep, they're gonna summon everything. I guess I could just say you can't summon everything. This is because if they summon everything, that's the session. Nothing else happens,
exactly.
but they're summoning.
They're not gonna summon everything.
It's not a lobster. I see the
And
claws. I can do other stuff.
And a lot of people are upset by Thermidora. So
I see this thing looks more like a fish than like a. I see what the deal is. Okay, never.
I have lobster claw. I have lobster claw hands that you can.
I'm very sorry about that,
Yeah.
Andrew. That makes make writing very difficult for you.
He dictates.
Fair enough. Well, on that note, I think I found this exact one. Play-Doh, says Sophia. Thank you, Sophia. That's Play-Doh it is. All right. Thank you all for watching. This was delightful. We'll see you in a couple of weeks, and hopefully before then for lots of other games. But until next time, fly like dragons and soar like champions.